but I know Bill is, and I've got other people that I refer this to. But the Abundance Meditation by Bob Proctor, doing that at night, I'm going to go back to sleep. It kind of can go with this chapter too.
Oh my
but
gosh.
The Abundance Meditation by Bob Proctor, it's 20 minutes long, 22 minutes. It's on YouTube for free, and you can listen to that. He says listen to it for 30 days, twice a day if you can. But it is such a beautiful meditation. I have like 7 different meditations that I listen to, and some of them are prayer meditations that you can listen to at night and throughout the day in the morning. But in chapters 3 here on prayer, I want to read something out of here where
also prayer.
Yeah.
When you pray, it should be without effort.
Yeah. I think my favorite definition in this book of prayer, I'll read it. It's prayer is the art of yielding to the wish and not forcing of the wish. I think that's my favorite definition.
I was just looking at that, Dustin. That's so funny in my book, and it's underlined. That's awesome. I like that too. That's what I was going to read.
Sorry.
No. I just think I think that's so cool.
We're on the right track.
We're on the right path. So I want to read it. I want to read it too, what you just read, but take it a little bit further down in the paragraph. So prayer is the art of yielding to the wish and not the forcing of the wish. And that goes back to what I was saying where, and it reminds me, I don't want to speak for other people, so I'm going to speak for myself and what I've done, is there's been times where I have prayed where I have felt so much resistance and feeling like I'm so in the state of not having that it didn't feel real. It's almost like there's been times where I said I was grateful for something, but I didn't feel grateful. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely.
You were faking it till you made it.
Well, I didn't feel like I was faking it because I really wanted to be grateful, but my emotional state was not aligning with what I desired, and my feelings wasn't. They were not aligning with being grateful. And I had that conversation with somebody before. It's just like, have you ever just said you were grateful, but you didn't feel it? But you know that you are, but you didn't feel it. The way you're feeling inside didn't align with what you're saying and what you're stating. And I know where that comes from. It was from my emotional state and my that part of my subconscious mind that was controlling my feelings that I didn't have control over. And reading this book is so amazing. And at first, this book was, even though it's a simple book, I had to read it over and over to get it. But it's simple but deep. And getting control over that is now when I do anything and I'm writing and I'm doing all this work, now my feelings, and it's such a freeing place, it's such freedom to really have that feeling finally. When I'm talking about how grateful and blessed I am, I feel it in my body. I feel it in my heart. I have like these goosebumps, and it's so great because I'm doing all the work. I'm feeling my mind and my mind and doing things I've done things to heal my brain and my body and my emotions and have let go. And it really does make a big difference. So the prayer, I want to read this again. The prayer is the art of yielding to the wish and not the forcing of the wish, where whenever your feeling is in conflict with your wish, feeling will be the victor. Did you get that? Whenever your feeling is in conflict with your wish, feeling will be the victor. The dominant feeling invariably expresses itself. Prayer must be without effort. Prayer must be without effort. In attempting to fix an attitude of the mind, which is denied by the senses, effort is fatal. Oh my goodness, that is so powerful, because when I read that reminded me of the past when I used to feel that, when I would pray or I would be, really trying to get into a happy, healthy place, and the inside was not aligning up with that. Have you ever experienced that?
Oh yeah, definitknow I know that, when I pray and after my prayer, I know that I'm emerging from something so amazing and so I know that it was a successful prayer, that I received it. It's just a whole new door that's open. But And I understand what you're saying is that comment you just made, Toby.
Yeah. So another thing did you want to say anything about that, what I just read, Dustin, before I go on?
I think it's when you pray, you have that aha moment of, you ask and then you really do receive it. It's like, aha, it's that amazing feeling.
You've got to go into all this with of not just doing, but feeling and being and receiving all at the same time. And this is just something you have to be patient with and learn. And this is really, this book is just so powerful because, I was asking Bill before we got on the podcast about how this is such a great tool to really reprogram your mind, but really it reprograms so many things. And he mentioned that Bill said that it's a really great book to create new habits. And it really is, because once we get control over our emotional state in a healthy way, into a healthy level, emotions and focus, it really does. We can create amazing, successful habits that can blow your mind. Like, I'm just amazed at how I can overcome a challenging situation so fast now.
Oh, it's amazing. There's no faking as you make it. This is real.
There's no more faking it till you make it. It's like,
this is the real deal, and I know it's an eye-opener for me. And I've seen the change in my life. I've seen the change in my way of thinking. I've seen, the direction I'm heading. And truly, there's some times that in my life that when I prayed, I was just praying just because I was praying. But this is real. The gateway to prayer could change your life as well. And this whole book was, I can't really. You have to see me. I'm on fire. I have all my energy, and I'm just so grateful that this was.
He's on fire.
It's great. I love it.
So with that being said, I just want to say that this book, The Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard, The Law of Consciousness and Its Operations, Sleep, Prayer. Chapter 4 is about spirit and feeling. You're going to have to get the book to go over chapter 4 because we just don't have time to go over that. This can really help you. This small book, start small, start with little steps.
It's a really
it can
tiny
really
book.
Help you gain control over your life. And I was telling Bill before the podcast also that anything that comes up for me anymore is I catch it so fast. Like if I'm have any type of a slight negative thought or doubt or frustration, I catch it fast. I catch it. I'm so aware of it that it doesn't seem natural to me anymore. And when you can get like this, I promise whoever's listening, I promise you that things will change in your world and your results, and you can turn your life around no matter where you're at. But you have to start with your mind, with your attitude, with your emotional state, and I could go so much deeper into the emotional state and attitudes, but that would have to be a whole nother.
Hey, Toby, I don't know if we talked about this before, but who introduced you to this book, and I just want to know the story behind you getting this book, and was there a situation in your life, or was there something going on, and then it was like one of those powerful moments where it's like there's this book that's, helping you get through a situation, or how did you get it?
So you're asking me how I was introduced to the book?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so last year, I was Dave and Carrie MacArthur. They have a podcast called Mechanic to Millionaire, and I got into listening. I was referred to that podcast through. I was listening to a conference call that I was getting on a regular basis, and I learned about Dave MacArthur, and then they mentioned his podcast Mechanic to Millionaire, and I just heard him speak on a conference call one morning, and I was just so enlightened and in awe of just his energy and his truth and his calmness and confidence and the discussion he was having. And I started listening to his podcast, and he was referencing this book, things out of this book. He was referencing just some things out of here, and talking about emotional state and this and that. And I just ended up getting the book. And then I ended up buying like 20 of them from Barnes & Noble. I ordered them. You have to order them. You're going to have to order them over the phone. They don't have them for sale at Barnes & Noble, but I just read it.
Can people get like the digital version of this book? Can
you can get it on audio. I have it on audio, and I've listened to it while I read it, and I've read it over and over. But I was introduced to it through listening to Dave and Carrie MacArthur. They do the podcast Mechanic to Millionaire, and I just was really, really inspired to get the book, and I started reading it. I was like, wow, I have aha moments every time I go through and read this book. And it is somewhat deep, but it's also very simple too. So getting control over your emotional state and your mind is going to change your life. And you just have to give it a chance and put effort into it, and things will change, I promise you, because I didn't get it the first time.
Toby, there's a lot of people out there, and I hear this, I really dislike this statement, but I try to be positive around a lot of people, and I try to give them advice. And one thing I hear all the time, and I'm sure you hear it too, is it's easier said than done. You know? How do you react to that? What do you tell to somebody who's like, well,
if they told me it's easier said than done, if they said that to me, well, I'm sure I've said that in my life. I don't remember when, but I know I probably have. If they say, well, if that's easier said than done, I'm not.
Well, they just got disconnected. Let's, sorry, guys, we're having technical difficulties. I guess the show is over. I apologize. We will try to fix that next time. Have a great day, guys. You are listening to Fuel Your Faith with Toby Brand. Wait. We're back. Hello?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Are we still live?
You guys went to hold. I almost, I was going to end the show because I lost you. But anyway, I guess we can continue our conversation about that.
Sorry, we got disconnected.
Technical difficulties, guys.
Yeah, we're just getting started. This is our fourth podcast. We'll make sure that doesn't happen again. Anyway, so we were talking about if somebody says, hey, it's easier said than done when you give them these tools. Well, first of all, that's an attitude. And whatever attitude they have, that's going to dictate how well they receive and something new and a new teaching and how it's going to affect them. So it does make a big difference. So somebody says whatever their attitude is, I don't buy into it. I don't make agreements with people that say things like that. So if they say that, then that's I would just let them know whatever they're thinking, then that's how it is. Whatever you say, so it is. I would be like, I would probably rephrase that. If they said it's easier said than done, I'd be like, are you open to looking at it differently and having a different attitude? Because if you have that attitude, you're not going to get as much out of this book as you possibly can. And that goes with anything. I don't care what it is.
It goes with, successful people. They get it done. They know what they want in life. Mm-hmm. And that kind of attitude is not going to get them anywhere.
I like to say, baby steps baby steps lead to big accomplishments. It's just one little step at a time.
Absolutely. And it really is about your mental attitude of you can do it. You have to have I can do it. And it's almost like you can't.
Or I will do it.
Yeah, I can do it. I am doing it. And it can't be like, oh, I'm going to try.